What's up, guys? How's it going? Yo, trailer. I'm not gonna lie. I think Fox might be having a better year at doing Marvel movies than Marvel at this point. You know, they kind of scared us with Fantastic Four, but with Deadpool and this X-Men, it looks fucking amazing. So let's get into it to some things that you might have missed while watching the trailer. So it starts off pretty simple, pretty calm at this point. You see that some time has passed and Xavier actually has some students at his school now, well, his home. We also see Mystique come in and she starts talking to him, talking about, you know, just because there's peace right now doesn't mean a war isn't coming. And then when we get a look at is what I think is Egypt, we see Apocalypse become Apocalypse at this point. Nothing that much going on yet, just more of a transformation scene right here. Alright, now on the first picture, you see Apocalypse talking to somebody far away. And I started to think that maybe that was actually Magneto. It looked like it could be Eric. And on the next scene, you see what he does with the sand. Like, he, like, touches it and, like, it cuts the throat of 3 men on the side. They started talking about the 4 horsemen. It shows Storm, which I'm not going to lie. You know, I'm going to miss Halle Berry. I think Halle Berry was amazing. But this looks like an amazing Storm. Then we get a look at Angel, which he looks like he's reminiscent of, like, Wolverine 1. Well, X-Men 1, when he was fighting. And you also see someone knocked down underneath him. He's kind of like, you know, like chanting like he's ready to keep on fighting. We get Psylocke and we also get Magneto in the air, of course. Alright, so we have Apocalypse with his 4 horsemen. Then we have Professor X laying down on the ground. And he's talking to Magneto. He's like, you know, you don't have to do this. Don't join him. And he says, you know, whatever you thought of me in the past is gone since I had buried my family, you know. And he has a wedding ring on. I'm pretty familiar with the comics, with the X-Men comics. I read a lot of them. I don't remember him getting married. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments below. Because I would like to know, you know, like, who did he get married to? Apocalypse is talking about destruction at this point, and it shows you a couple different cities. Now, it looks like the first one, they're in Egypt. You know, you see some pyramids and some cities in the background. But then it shows you, I believe, is New York in the corner, and then Australia on the other side. So either, you know, they're going to visit all these places, or he's so strong that he can go from one area and just take everything with him. You know, it kind of cuts back to Xavier at this point. He talks about how, you know, how strong Apocalypse is at this point. His eyes turn black. He tries to punch Apocalypse, and you see him catch the hand and kind of grow bigger. We kind of seen this before to begin with, so. Alright, that last corner piece, which will be on your guys' left corner, I thought it was him getting dragged away, which makes sense because we've seen him, you know, in the rocks with the 4 horsemen. But it looks like he was sending telepathic waves to, you know, Raven at this point, you know, Mystique. As you see right here, Mystique is looking back like, you know, like someone's trying to talk to her. And then you hear someone say, you know, they took him. So that makes perfect sense, you know, that he was taken by Apocalypse. I thought it was Havoc who said that. I could be wrong. It could be actually Beast. I think something happens to Havoc, to be honest. Then you have Beast convincing Mystique to stay to train the X-Men, which is pretty cool. You kind of see Jean Grey. We get a very young Cyclops. And then we get both Angel at that point because he has the feather wings, and then Nightcrawler. It looks like Nightcrawler doesn't want to fight at all. He's kind of running all over the place. It even looks like Mystique runs in to grab him to leave, and someone kind of comes with him. So she kind of knocks him out. But then he says something, you know, it's you. And it could be a couple things. Nightcrawler in the comics is the son of Azazel and Mystique. So I want to know, does he recognize her as in, like, you were the person who kind of, like, you know, left me to die? Or, you know, like, you're the lady who was in those videos? Because you got to remember, in Days of Future Past, she was all over the place in the videos. Another big reveal. That's when Quicksilver looks at Mystique and says, you know, I'm not scared of him. You know, Magneto, that's my dad. And it's a pretty funny one because she was like, what? He's like, you know, him and my mom. She's like, no, I know how that happened. Then we get a close look at Storm. And like I said again, like, I'm going to miss Halle Berry, but she looks amazing as Storm. So, you see a door when she kind of like, when she's doing her little thunder thing, there's a door on the right-hand side, and it looks like that's a pyramid. So I'm pretty sure, like, you know, Apocalypse lifted the pyramid from the ground all the way up, and she has to protect it from the outside. And then they talk about, you know, like, he can't be in control of his powers. Cyclops says that. And Raven goes, you know, then don't be in control of it. Just let it go. And that's what you see here. You see Storm going against Cyclops, which is something I thought I would never want to see on TV. But fuck, this shit looks amazing. We have Apocalypse kind of lifting missiles up, which I have to assume is Apocalypse. It could be Magneto because it is kind of cut out of pace. But it looks like it's Apocalypse at this point, you know, kind of lifting all missiles up and look like he's going to slam them down. Then we get a look at a very early Nightcrawler and a very early Cyclops. It looks like they're stuck in this place, which we'll talk about later on. And then we get Archangel. And if you notice in Archangel, that background, It's the same background where I said that could be Eric. Apocalypse was talking to Eric at that same spot. It looks like he brought Archangel with him. Now the difference between Archangel and Angel, you may ask, is Archangel is a bad version of Angel, obviously, and he has the metal wings. And Apocalypse kind of makes him. So this makes perfect sense that we see him with the metal wings right now. But what doesn't make sense is why was he fighting Nightcrawler with the feather wings, you know? He's normally a good guy with the feather wings. We get a pretty cool fight scene with Beast, and it looks like he was about to get his ass whipped all the way to the end, especially that smile she gives as she slams the sword down right between his toes. She's like, yeah, I could've. And then he knocks her the fuck out. We get Quicksilver running into the James Xavier school, because this school is obviously getting blown up at this point. And he's kind of running in to save all the students to get him out. Then we got our first look at William Stryker, the guy who does, you know, the Weapon X program. Which, again, we'll talk about a little later on, because if you see in the same scene, it shows Jubilee, which is someone totally outside. But it shows a caged-in Cyclops. Now, that place is kind of similar to the place in X-Men Origins. So I'm thinking that's what they're playing around here with. That's the timeline they're trying to go for. Again, we look at the X-Jet, which looks amazing over a City of Destruction. We have Cyclops and Storm fighting it out again. Again, amazing. But then we have an undercover Raven fighting Blob at this point, which looks like Blob. You know, they showed us a picture of what he looks like on the ground. He kind of looks skinny at this point, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get bloated in a couple minutes. Alright, earlier I said something probably happens to Havoc in this movie. Havoc is the brother of Cyclops, so I kind of want to see them with some scenes together. But it doesn't look like that. You know, he only shows up for, like, what looks like the beginning of the movie, you know, like when Raven comes back. And it looks like it's the scene where he says, you know, he never seen somebody with so much power. And it looks like his eyes turned black and he was getting sucked in. Because everybody in there looks scared right now except for Havoc. He's kind of like throwing a blast out. So I'm thinking something happens to him because we don't see him for the rest of the trailer. Then we get Jean Grey being Jean Grey, you know, being awesome at that point. And then Psylocke falling off the jet. Okay, so there's a blast, and I thought it was debris, but as you look closer, that's actually Magneto. He's kind of putting metal pieces together to create a shield. And it looks like it was right after he threw those little metal daggers down on the ground. And we see Mystique yet again getting choked out. That's why she gets choked out in almost every film that she's in. I'm kind of over her getting choked out, to be honest. It's like every single fucking X-Men she has done, she's gotten choked out so far. Then we see the dust pattern again. It's kind of similar to the beginning of the trailer when Apocalypse kind of did the dust to kill off the 3 henchmen that he was with. It kind of reminded me when Magneto had the red flannel button up and then the white shirt underneath, and that was the same outfit he had when he said, you know, like, I had to bury my family. And it kind of looks like Apocalypse is doing his thing there, but I could be wrong. That could just be him being mad and he's throwing the metal all around him, creating like a little metal storm wind. And everyone's favorite part, my favorite part of this whole trailer was that ending. And remember when I said we'll talk more about Cyclops being locked up and the young Nightcrawler and Cyclops? It looks like they're all in that same area. So this might be in the beginning of the film also, you know. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get a lot of Wolverine in this movie. Probably just like 4 scenes max. Or probably just scene right here, to be honest. We have henchmen on the ground. We have Jean Grey with Scott. And then we see Wolverine's claws, and that's it. But the thing about that is, it looks like it's where the Weapon X program was in Wolverine Origins. So what did you guys think? Did you like the trailer? Did you not like the trailer? Are you going to go see the movie when it comes out? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. And as always, enjoy your day.